Hello everyone, today I will be analyzing the possible plastic surgery procedures of the members of Promise 9. This video was requested in the comment section of my ICE1 plastic surgery analysis video. If you have any requests which group you want to see me analyze, please leave it in the comments. I think plastic surgery is neither bad or good, as celebrities has immense pressure to look as good as they possibly can, which can be helped by plastic surgery. I think it will be a healthier environment if celebrities in general are more open and honest about plastic surgery and cosmetic procedures that they've done, or at least not lie about it, so the general public can see that beauty is attainable through plastic surgery. I know there's a stigma around plastic surgery all around the world, but people need to realize that it's pretty common among celebrities, as it's demanded by society that celebrities look perfect, so we shouldn't blame them if they resort to plastic surgery. I want this video series to be a form of discussion between people who are interested in the possible procedures celebrities had, and break the negative sentiment around plastic surgery. I assume that many celebrities, including K-pop idols, have done some sort of cosmetic procedures because their occupation demands them to look as good as they possibly can. I may be totally wrong about this assumption, as I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. A few disclaimers before we begin. I'm not a plastic surgeon, nor have I gotten plastic surgery, so my knowledge in this area is limited. These are just my speculations and not facts. I have no idea about the member's medical history, and these are just my speculations, so you can respectfully disagree. This post is not meant to send hate to the members, as they are probably pressured by the industry to look as good as they possibly can. With that out of the way, let's get started. I couldn't find many predebut photos of Saerom, so I might miss some procedures. Saerom naturally has large white sad eyes and a prominent nose. Her eyelids are likely natural, as when her eyes are not fully open, she doesn't have a clear distinct line on her eyelid crease. I think her nose is also likely natural, though I don't think I have enough predebut photos to be 100% confident in my speculation. In conclusion, I think Saerom is likely natural. She looks amazing. I think a face like hers is truly one in a million. Moving on to Hayoung. I couldn't find many predebut photos of Hayoung. It also seems like she may have already gotten plastic surgery in the predebut photos available, so my speculations on her will most likely be inaccurate. Without looking at her predebut photos, I suspected that Hayoung got double eyelid surgery because her eyelid crease is clear and remains consistent even when her eyes are not fully open. This is usually a possible sign of double eyelid surgery. Hayoung may also have gotten a rhinoplasty. I think this way because her nose looks to be pretty small for the proportions of her face. Her nose bridge also looks to be really straight from the side profile view. Perfectly straight nose bridge doesn't usually occur in nature. The bottom part of her nose looks over-projected to me. She likely got a small implant at the lower part of her nose, as her nose was very small to begin with. I have no proof of this, as my speculation is purely based on how her nose currently looks. In conclusion, I think Hayoung possibly got double eyelid surgery and a rhinoplasty. I have no proof of my speculations, so I put them as a possibility. She looks great with or without possible plastic surgery. I love her adorable smile. Moving on to Gyuri. Gyuri has a lot of adorable predebut photos online. She has always been pretty. I don't see many changes to her face. I believe her eyelids are natural, as they are inconsistent in size. She may have gotten forehead implant though, as her current forehead looks rounder compared to the predebut photos. I also suspect that Gyuri got a rhinoplasty. I think this way mostly due to how her current nose looks. Her nose looks over-projected to me. We can see that her nose bridge and the bottom part of her nose form perfectly straight lines. This doesn't usually happen in nature. We can also see a very clear separation of the tip of her nose from the base of her nose. This also doesn't usually happen in nature and was most likely caused by a nose implant. In conclusion, I think Gyuri likely got a forehead implant and a rhinoplasty. She has always looked amazing. I personally think the possible procedures weren't necessary, as she has always been really pretty. Moving on to Jiwon. Jiwon participated in 16, so we have a lot of predebut content of her. She seems to have lost a lot of volume on her face. I think this change was likely caused by weight loss and her naturally losing some of her baby fat. The other change I noticed are her eyes. She used to have shallow double eyelids, while her current eyelids are a lot more clear and consistent. She likely got double eyelid surgery before participating in idol school. I also think Jiwon likely got a rhinoplasty, as her current nose looks more projected from the side profile view, and her nose looks slimmer from the front view. In conclusion, I think Jiwon likely got double eyelid surgery and a rhinoplasty. She has always looked amazing. I think the possible procedures enhance her natural beauty in the best way possible. Moving on to Jisun. Jisun has a lot of predebut cell cuts. She has always been really pretty. It looks like she may have been old enough to get plastic surgery in the predebut photos, so I might miss some procedures. Without looking at her predebut photos, I suspected that she got a rhinoplasty. I think this way mostly because of how her nose currently looks, as I couldn't find a predebut photo of her that is clear and when she's old enough to make a reliable comparison. Her nose looks to be really pointy at the tip now, while her nose during childhood seems to be more rounded. This change can be caused by a nose implant. Jisung may have also gotten double eyelid surgery. It seems like she didn't have double eyelids in the childhood photos. Her double eyelids may have developed with age, but it's also possible that she got double eyelid surgery. When her eyes are not fully open, sometimes she has a clear consistent line on her eyelid crease, but other times the line doesn't seem to be too clear. So I will put double eyelid surgery as a possibility. In conclusion, I think Jason likely got a rhinoplasty and possibly got double eyelid surgery. The possible procedures were really well done. I think she looks amazing now. Moving on to Seoyeon. Seoyeon has a lot of adorable predebut cell cuts online. She doesn't seem to change much. I don't think there are changes to her face that are likely due to plastic surgery. I initially suspected that she may have gotten a rhinoplasty because she has a really nice nose, but her nose didn't seem to change from the predebut photos. Her nose is also not perfectly straight, which makes me believe that her nose is more likely to be natural. In conclusion, I think Seoyeon is likely natural. She is truly blessed with good looks. I love her tall nose. Moving on to Chaeyoung. Chaeyoung has a lot of adorable predebut photos online. She has always been really pretty. I think the most obvious change to her face are her eyelids. She has really high double eyelids now, when she used to have smaller double eyelids in the predebut photos. She likely got double eyelid surgery. When her eyes are not fully open, we can see a clear and consistent line on her eyelid crease, which is usually a sign of double eyelid surgery. Chaeyoung may have also gotten a rhinoplasty. I think this way mostly due to how her current nose looks. Her nose bridge is perfectly straight, and we can see a clear separation of her nose bridge with the base of her nose. This is usually a sign of a nose implant. In conclusion, I think Chaeyoung likely got a double eyelid surgery and rhinoplasty. She has always looked amazing. I think the possible procedures weren't necessary. Either way, she looks great both pre-debut and now. Moving on to Nagyung. Nagyung has always been pretty ever since she was a child. I believe her nose is likely natural, as her nose has always been tall and large ever since she was a child, and I don't see any possible signs of rhinoplasty on her nose, as her nose isn't perfectly straight and there are no visible separation of her nose bridge with the rest of her nose. Her eyelids also look natural to me, as they are uneven and doesn't look too deep. Also, she has always had double eyelids since childhood. I personally don't see changes to her face that are likely due to plastic surgery. In conclusion, I think Nagyung is likely natural. She has always been really pretty. She's truly blessed with good looks. Last but not least, we have Jiheon. It seems like Jiheon used to be a child model, so we have a lot of pretty photos of her online. She has always been really pretty. I personally don't see any changes to her face that are likely due to plastic surgery. In conclusion, I think Jiheon is likely natural. I love her big bright smile. She's truly blessed with good looks. The Promised Nine members are all really good looking. I wasn't familiar with them, so I was pleasantly surprised by their beauty. Remember, when I do these analyses, I'm always at a neutral position. I don't think plastic surgery is bad nor good, so let's not spread unnecessary hate towards the members or my opinions. I hope anyone watching this takes this post in a positive way and realize that plastic surgery is not a bad thing. We need to understand that K-pop idols and other celebrities have a lot of pressure to look good, and it's not a bad thing if they resort to plastic surgery, as it is demanded by society. As I stated in the beginning, this is not meant for fuel to send hate towards the members. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.